You ever look around and feel like the world's out to break you? Like, no matter how hard you fight, the weight just keeps piling on, heavier every damn day. That's the life they shoved me into. Not one I asked for, but one I couldn't escape. When they handed me this sword, it wasn't some noble calling. It was survival. They threw me into the fire, told me to become the steel, to face horrors that were supposed to make me better. But what they never mention is that strength, it's not some gift, it's a prison. Every scar, every tear, every soul I had to say goodbye to, it all clings to me like chains I'll never shake. People think strength is some badge of honor, but it's not. It's the weight of every time you survived when you didn't want to. It's the sleepless nights replaying every choice, every failure, every friend you couldn't save. They call me a coward for wearing this armor, for fighting when the rest ran. They don't get it. They've never felt this kind of exhaustion, not just in your body, but in your very soul. You see these scars? They're not marks of triumph. They're the receipts of everything I've lost. Every night I spent alone, staring into the abyss, feeling the world close in. Because when the crowd stops cheering and the lights go out, all that's left is silence. And in that silence, there's no one to pull you back up. Just you and the weight of every failure, every mistake. Warriors, they'll tell you, are fearless, invincible. But that's the biggest lie of all. Fear's the only thing keeping me breathing. I wake up every day scared as hell, scared that today's the day I won't make it. Scared that today's the day I won't make it. Scared that I'll fight my last battle and be forgotten. Scared that all the pain I've carried, all the brothers I've buried. Every step I take, I'm haunted by the ghosts of my past, the voices of the fallen, the memories of what could have been, what should have been. And every scar I've earned, every blow I've taken, whispers the same thing. You're not enough. They say warriors are built to endure, to break and rebuild, but no one tells you how much of yourself gets lost in the process. They glorify resilience like it's some great virtue. They don't tell you the cost. Every time I get back up, another piece of me dies. The part that dared to dream, the part that dared to believe things could be better. Call me strong if you want, but strength's just another word for carrying your own damn tombstone on your back. Every step forward feels like a march to the end. Giving up would be easy. Lying down, letting life steamroll over you would be the simple way out. But I'm not built like that. I can't quit. Not for me. Not for them. Because giving up would mean every sacrifice, every tear, every sleepless night was for nothing. And I'd rather die fighting than live with that kind of regret. People think this life is about glory, about honor. They think warriors are out here chasing some heroic tale. But they've got it all wrong. This life is grief, it's loss. It's knowing that every step you take is closer to the end and still forcing yourself to move forward. It's dragging yourself through the mud, clawing your way through the dark with nothing but bloody hands and a broken heart to show for it. I cry. Yeah, I do. I cry for the parts of me buried under this armor, for the dreams I've had to kill, for the people I've loved and lost. For every night I've spent staring at the sky, wondering if this fight is even worth it. And then I get up, I wipe the tears away, grit my teeth, and face another day. It's because that's what warriors do. We don't stop, we don't get peace. Peace is a luxury we'll never know. Our rest is the struggle, our peace is the fight. And as long as I've got breath in my lungs and fire in my veins, I'll keep swinging, keep pushing, even if every step feels like the last. And when that last breath escapes me, when the shadows finally pull me under, I'll go knowing one thing: I never quit. I never let the pain define me, never let it make me bow. So hear me now. Life isn't gentle, it isn't fair. It'll strip you bare, crush you, and watch you bleed, daring you to keep standing. But don't you dare surrender. This is our town. Don't you dare collapse and let it claim you. Stand tall, even when it's just you, even when the fear creeps in. Stand tall and fight until there's nothing left, until every last shred of strength is spent. That's what being a warrior means. I may fall, I may turn to dust, but it won't be because life defeated me. It'll be because I gave every piece of myself, because I burned until there was nothing left but the fight. You think I chose this pain? I think I wanted to wake up every day with the weight of every failure, every loss dragging me down? No. Pain doesn't ask for permission. It comes in uninvited, seeps into your soul, and refuses to leave. You can't cut it out. You can't outrun it. It lingers, whispering doubts, telling you it's all pointless. Every day I hear that voice telling me to quit, to lay it all down. But I can't. I can't stop. Not now. Because deep inside there's this fire. Maybe it's pride. Maybe it's rage. Hell, maybe it's just stubbornness. I don't even know anymore. But it's the only thing that keeps me going. Shit. That fire has consumed everything else. Friends, dreams, hope. This world doesn't care. It watches, it mocks, and it waits for you to crumble. But even if I'm shattered, even if I'm barely holding on, I'll spit in the face of that darkness. Yeah, you heard me. I might be broken. I might be scarred, battered, and barely breathing. But I'm still here, still fighting, still standing when everything tells me to fall. It wants to see me crawl, die. I might be scrawl through the dirt, through the blood, through every agonizing second. Because I know something that doesn't. I know that this pain doesn't own me. Not entirely. Not yet. I think about those who didn't make it. The ones who fought just as hard, but fell before the end. They're gone now, but their battles, their sacrifices, they live in me. Every scar I bear carries their weight, their story, their fight. And I won't let them down. Sometimes I wonder if peace exists, if there's a place where the noise stops, where the ghosts finally rest. But until that day, if it ever comes, I'll keep moving forward. I'll bear the silence, the isolation, the unending struggle. Because I have no other choice. Maybe that's what a warrior truly is. Not that warrior, not the glory, not the praise, not the myths. It's the quiet moments, the ones where you're drowning in despair but choose to rise anyway. It's facing the brutal, unflinching truth that life will crush you and not even blink. But you don't let it win. You refuse to let it break you. Am I scared? Of course. Scared of what's next, what new hell I'll have to endure. But fear's just another enemy. And I've faced countless enemies before. This one's no different. So I swallow it, bury it deep, keep moving. I look back sometimes and it feels like I've lost everything. Like there's nothing left to fight for. But then I remember that fire, that promise I made to myself, that I wouldn't quit, that I wouldn't let it all be for nothing. I'll keep going for the ones who fell, for the ones who couldn't take another step. Their voices echo in me, their pain, their strength, their dreams. And when my time comes, when the darkness finally takes me, itata, itata, that I didn't let the pain, the fear, the loss consume me, I'll go, knowing that I was more than the scars, more than the battles, more than the emptiness. I'll go knowing I was free. So until that day, I'll keep walking, keep pushing, keep carrying the memories, the ghosts, the weight of it all. Because that's what it means to be a warrior. It means fighting until there's nothing left, and then fighting some more. It means refusing to break, refusing to give in, no matter how heavy the burden. Do you think I enjoy this? Think I find pride in walking this road alone and carrying every loss like a chain around my neck? No, I'd give anything to lay this weight down. Just once. But peace? That's a luxury for the unscarred, for those who haven't been through the fire. Every step I take, I'm haunted by the faces of those I couldn't save. Their voices, their screams, their accusations. They're a part of me now, etched into my soul. A constant reminder of what I failed to do, of what I'll never undo. But I carry them, because I have to. Because their fight didn't end with them. It lives on in me, through every step, every breath, every broken piece of who I am. And maybe, just maybe, when my own fight finally ends, I'll find them waiting on the other side. But until then, I'll keep going. Through the pain, through the darkness, through the weight of it all. Because I'm a warrior, and I'll fight until the very end. So, yeah, I tread this path alone. And not because it's what I choose, but because it's what's necessary. They deserve that. Those who came before me, those who fell, they deserve to live on in memory, even if carrying that weight grinds me down to dust. And it's what loyalty demands, what honor requires. Well, thanks. I don't expect anyone to get it. They look at me, see the armor, see the scars, and assume it's all strength and glory. They think I'm untouchable, that I've made peace with this pain that gnaws at me every night. They couldn't be more wrong. They don't know that every victory feels like another loss, another name added to the weight I carry. They don't know how every breath I take feels like a betrayal of those who never got to take theirs. They can't imagine the anger that burns inside me, a relentless fire aimed at a world that tore everything from me and left me with nothing but this crushing sense of duty. Duty. That word is a curse now. It's no longer the shield it once was. I used to hold it close, wore it like a second skin, a source of pride. Now it's changed. Heavy, unforgiving, shackling me to a fight I never asked for but can't escape. It's all I have left. If I let go, if I stop, then what's left of me? A ghost? A shadow? But somewhere, buried deep, there's a whisper. Just a faint echo, almost drowned out by the chaos, and says not yet. It's a flicker of something I can't name. Something stubborn enough to survive the storms. It's all I've got, and as fragile as it is, it keeps me moving forward. It's fighting for things. And I don't know what it means. I don't know if I'll ever figure it out, but as long as it's there, as long as it hasn't faded completely, I'll keep fighting. I'm tired though. God, am I tired. Tired of the weight. Tired of the solitude. Tired of waking up every day to the same battles, the same uphill struggle. But tired doesn't mean broken. Tired doesn't mean finished. I'll keep crawling through the wreckage, dragging myself through the memories that rip at me like shards of glass. That's what we do, right? Warriors. We don't get to rest. We don't get to give in. We endure. Not because we're stronger, but because we're too damn stubborn to stop. Because there's no other option. And one day, when the end finally comes, when I draw my last breath, I want to know I stood my ground. I want to know I didn't give in, didn't let the darkness swallow me whole. I want to know I honored them, the ones who fell with every ounce of strength I could muster. That's what they deserve. They deserve to see that I fought for them, that I kept their memory alive, that I didn't let their sacrifices be in vain. So I'll carry on. I'll bear the grief, the anger, the emptiness, until there's nothing left of me but dust. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's what it means to truly fight, to battle for something greater than yourself, something that outlasts you. Maybe it's about ensuring that someone, somewhere, might find peace, a life worth living, because of what we endured. Until that day, I'll keep going. I'll keep walking this endless road, bearing the weight of every scar, every name, every haunting memory, even when the exhaustion drags me down, even when my knees buckle under the strain. I'll push forward, inch by inch, breath by breath, because that's all I know. That's all I've got. That's all that matters. That I didn't quit, that I didn't let this brutal world steal the last piece of me. Fight, push forward, keep breathing, even when it feels impossible, even when every step feels like the last one you'll take. Because when the end comes, you'll know you gave everything, that you faced the storm head on, that you lived, truly lived, even in the face of all that darkness. That's what it means to be a warrior, to carry the fire even when the world tries to snuff it out, to endure, to fight, to stand unyielding even when you're crumbling inside. And maybe, just maybe, when my time comes, I'll see them again. The faces of those I've lost. Maybe I'll stand among them, free from this pain, knowing I gave it my all. I tell myself that every step forward brings me closer to them, to that moment when we're together again, side by side, free of this burden. Until then, I'll keep walking. I'll keep the flame alive. No matter how many times the world tries to snuff it out, I'll keep moving through the silence, through the storms, through the void that stretches out before me. And when I stumble, when I fall, I'll crawl forward, because that's what they deserve. Remember me, not as a hero, not as some legend, but as someone who refused to give up. Someone who bore the weight of it all and kept going. A soul who fought for something bigger, who honored the fallen and stood unbroken until the very end.